All right, good evening. Let's go ahead and call this meeting to order at 5:30 p.m. If we can please have Commissioner lead us off in opening ceremonies and flag salute. Commissioner Alvano, thank you. Thank you, Vice Chair. Let's go ahead and start with roll call. Sorry about that.
Chairperson Santana,
Present.
Vice Chairperson Lavano,
Present.
Commissioner Carlin,
Here.
Commissioner Takayama,
Here.
Commissioner Jimenez.
Thank you. We'll now move to any corrections of the agenda.
Chairperson, we have no corrections today.
Commissioners, seeing any? None? Seeing that there are none, we can go ahead and move to public comment.
Chairperson, members of the commission, at this time, the general public may address the commission or committees on any items listed on the agenda, including items not listed on the agenda known as non-agenda items that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of this body. Please be aware that the maximum time allotted for members of the public to speak shall not exceed 3 minutes per person. State law further prohibits the commission or committee from taking action or entertaining extended discussion on a topic not listed on the agenda. And we ask the speakers to please show courtesy to others and direct all your comments towards the chairperson. And unfortunately, we did not have any speaker cards today.
Thank you. We'll move to our minutes. First is the approval of the minutes. This is for June 20th Parks and Rec meeting and also September 19th Parks and Recreation meeting. I'll give my peers, colleagues, another minute. I actually did see one on a second agenda item. It's very, very, very small. It's actually on the last page, page 20 of 20. Commissioner Takayama made a motion to direct staff to begin research, and then it was seconded by Commissioner Takayama. If we can go back and review, I don't know how I caught that at home, but I did. So if there are no other corrections to those minutes that need to be directed, we can make a motion for approval with that amended item. Again, don't know how I saw that, Director. Thank you.
So I understand there's a motion and you're needing a second?
I just need a motion for approving the minutes with that one recommendation of change, unless there's any other changes that you saw. Okay, Commissioner Jimenez may have done the first motion. If we can just go back and review. Thank you, Commissioner Takayama. Is there any other corrections? We can make a motion with that amended and updated change. Anyone?
So a motion to update and change the minutes of the 17th, no, the 19th?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I see. I still do a motion.
Thank you for that motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Commissioner Takayama. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? There's none. Thank you, Director. Next, we can move into staff communications.
I'm going to pull up our presentation here real quick shortly. There we go. Chairperson, Vice Chairperson, members of the commission. So our updates today, 5 items listed on the agenda as presented to you. We'll kind of go in that order. We have time for questions at the end, but feel free to stop me if you guys need to ask any clarifying questions as we go through this. So our first item, probably exciting one for everybody here, is the Hollyfield Park Community Garden. So many moons ago, we talked about the Grant Ray Park Community Garden, right? So as you can see there, just a little bit about this. This is a conceptual, right? So this is not the final design of what the garden will look like, but this is already an approved project utilizing the city's RPOSD, Regional Parks Open Space District Measure A funding. As we've talked about in the past, each city gets a certain allocation based off of property tax to do park improvements, and the city's working on the baseball field at City Park right now, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, but also got this approved in 2022 for Grant Ray Park, and you see the last bullet point on your screen. The location has been relocated. There was several issues with the location at Grant Ray Park, not trying to interrupt with some of the other amenities there. Also, there's a lot of cross jurisdiction at Grant Ray Park with LA County Flood, LA County Public Works, LA County Parks, all have different jurisdictions. Edison has easements there. So the best choice for the city was to relocate the community garden to a place in need at Hollyfield Park. So this location is at the northeast corner of the park, where there used to be a Boy Scout hut, and there used to be a smaller brick building there. Within the last year, the city's demolished both of those facilities that were not used and became blighted, and this area is ripe for improvement. So what you see there is a typical concept of what it will look like. For access of this, it's off of Greenwood, and you would make a right or a left, depending which way you're coming from, eastbound on Carmel Court, which is a dead-end street that's basically public right-of-way, and then the area is all within the park grounds. Kind of give you a vicinity map there on the next slide, as you guys see, just kind of showing what the amenities would look like in the surrounding area of the park. So your top right picture is that corner there, which is Carmel Court, where it ends in the residential/industrial area of the park. The first picture on the second line is kind of looking from afar of where the community garden will be. And going to the third slide here is blowing up the first slide just to see exactly how that looks. So that top area is that Carmel Court, which is basically an alleyway per se, leading into a new designed community garden. So having this today present to the commission also as an effort in public outreach, as you saw on the first slide. The city's working, if you don't recall, we have a contract with the Los Angeles Community Garden Council, so they'll help us operate and manage that garden, as well as they did the design for it as well. So that'll all be coming to fruition here pretty soon. So you'll see hopefully a flyer announcing public outreach at the park in the next 2 or 3 weeks to kind of get some more feedback. There was a lot of design elements that were already selected by the members of the public based off of the Grant Ray location. So we want to obviously honor those wishes for that design, but it could be a little bit different at this side of town. So we want to make sure folks have an input on what this community garden ultimately ends up looking like. So just want to provide that conceptual. It probably will look a lot different when we get to the final design, just based off the feedback. But just want to announce that to the commission. I know a lot of folks in the community, hopefully they see this, they hear about it. They've been waiting for the community garden. We appreciate their patience in letting us relocate it. Not as easy as just saying we want to move it from one park to another. We had to go back to the funding source, the county, and redo our application. That took a few months to get that approval because all of the applications and public outreach were done for Grant Ray Park. So now we're moving it to a new location, had to show the viability of it and just show how we're going to operate this in good faith with those funds. So that, I believe it concludes that one. Yes. So any questions, Chairperson and members of the commission, about this item?
Commissioners, any questions?
Sure, I have a question.
Go ahead, Commissioner Carlin.
I understand that this is paid for already, or there's funding allocated and identified, but let's say 10 years from now, after this has already been established and you have a working group that's overseeing it, what's the expected annual cost to the city?
Great question, Commissioner, I'm sorry. So there's a lot of different ways to answer that question, but the best answer to it is going to be Regional Parks District, in addition to giving us this annual allocations to build, and they call it capital improvement stuff, there's a different fund that they also provides, maintenance and servicing. So this project will be built with the annual allocation for capital and will be maintained, no cost to the city, maintenance, operation, landscaping, repairs, in perpetuity unless the voters of LA County decide they want to get rid of Measure A, the city will always get that money to maintain these projects. So we're redoing the city park field. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We can maintain it now with this measure maintenance and servicing fund. So don't have an exact amount for the first 3 years with the LA Community Garden Council. They're going to operate and maintain all that stuff, and that's already paid for. For the rest of our lives and Measure A's life, we'll be able to maintain that facility with those funds, so at no cost to the city.
Thank you, Commissioner. No other questions, looks like?
All right, moving on to item 2 on our agenda is the City Park baseball field renovation. So we've been bringing this to the commission quite a few times, just to get a little bit update because that project is well underway. As you guys know, we're making improvements to the ball field at Montebello City Park, including ADA accessibility, removing bleachers, replacing bleachers, getting rid of dugouts, moving our irrigation system and repairing that. Again, funded by Measure A's annual allocation program with the opportunity to maintain it afterwards with the maintenance and servicing fund. Construction has begun as of October, and we're expected to finish that project in early 25, opening the field in April of 25, and there's a reason for that. We're planning a real-life sports turf. It's got grass, Bermuda grass, so it takes 2 or 3 months to adhere to the area there. So project will probably be done in January and opened in April. Just to see what that looks like. First picture, I'm gonna go back and forth a little bit so you can see what it looks like for the last 60 years and what it looks like today, right? So let's go there. You'll see right there behind home plate, no more bleachers because we're replacing them. They were not accessible. They were becoming inhabitants for other folks that aren't using the park for the right reasons. Bleachers are gone. You'll see some trenching here on the next slide. That's showing that the dugouts are gone. That was one of our last parks with in-ground, below-ground dugouts, which is kind of a cool thing if you want to pretend you're playing Major League Baseball, but it's not accessible. And it becomes a place where people can hide and hang out and not do good things, right? So you'll see the dugouts are gone. Right there at the bottom left by that truck, that's a huge transfer replacing the main water line. That field, I worked at that park and that facility for many years, always had a water pressure problem. Our grass was never green, so we're planting a good turf, and you want to maintain the good turf, you have to put the right type of irrigation system, so that's going on as well. That's another visual of the below-ground dugout, that big hole there on the right, now being removed. So thanks to the commission, thanks to the council, thanks to the members of the public for helping us do our park master plan. This is one of the identifiable projects that we talked about doing, making that place more accessible. There's a lot of really old, bad, ugly asphalt there as well. That's all going to be concrete now, and just make it a much safer, nicer place for folks. So glad to use those Measure A funds for that and really put the county's and the Montebello residents' tax dollars to good use, because this does not cost any general fund money. So that is the City Park project. If there's any questions on that, I will take them at this time.
I do have a question. You know how the field, there's another side, on the other side of the field? What are you going to be doing on that part?
Just to clarify, Vice Chairperson, and thank you for the question, which area are you speaking of? I'm going to go through see photos and. Yeah, so that's all going to be the outfield grass, right? So it'd be a full-size baseball field, 90-foot hardball field. The high school plays there as well. And then all that kind of darker dirt areas where we just removed the old turf, and that's where we're going to have the new. Call it turf. It's not artificial turf. It's playing turf. It's real grass. That's where the city hosts its youth soccer, its youth flag football program. AYSO, other folks, yeah.
Thank you, Commissioner, for that question. Director, there's no other questions.
All right, moving on to item 3. Let my projector catch up with me. Here we go. So we're bringing this item back for the commission. They've always played a big role in this. You'll see this out on social media, so you guys are getting a sneak peek, and everybody watching on YouTube right now, of the Holiday Spirit Home Decorating Contest that's going on. Some commissioners here, I don't know if any of you were on the commission when we did the tour and went and picked out we kept Mr. Carlin out till 9 and 10 o'clock. I remember that. It was a good time. So we're going to be asking the commission again, formally, you'll hear from one of our PIOs, Helen Kwan, with a request to have you guys attend after the December commission meeting. We're only going to go to visit houses that did submit this time, so we could keep the folks that submitted honest, and then keep the time for the commissioners as well. But we are doing this again for the public, so folks watching, and you'll see the advertisements, get your homes decorated. There's several categories. Winners get, besides the bragging rights and the lawn sign, they get a $50 gift card as well, and they get the social media shout outs from the city about how well they're decorated. So those are the categories that will be going on. Again, we'll be asking the commission to join us in judging these things on the night of the next commission meeting, which is the third Thursday in December. So that concludes item 3. If there's any questions, I could take them at this time.
No questions at this time. I do want to make a comment. This is the event where Commissioner Carlin and family taught me of half coffee and half hot chocolate. So it was a rewarding experience for me. I learned something new at that event. Thank you so much.
All right, bringing item 4, because as we mentioned in the past, this commission has a subcommittee that we have not met yet, and we will meet now, I promise, because now the golf course is completely open. So the clubhouse just opened on October 26th, had the grand opening, so I'm bringing this item back as just another FYI. Old information, but important information for the commission, the committee, and the public. So March 15th, city has a new operator there, Indigo Sports, or AKA Troon. They operate the course, they're the management, they're the maintenance of it, as well as a contract under the city. We have new fees that were adopted for the golf course. I know we went from an 18-hole to a 9-hole. That's a whole situation that folks like to talk about, but those are the new fees that are on the books, and the renovated golf course opened on May 3rd. Some cool new features of the golf course, besides the fact that it's beautiful, because it is probably one of the nicest, and I'll make sure we say this on the live stream, that's one of the nicest city courses out there for sure. We have the night course, which is a rare thing as well. So you'll see some times that we have Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, which will be expanding now that the clubhouse is open, evening tea times with golf after dark. So reminding you folks of that. And then the clubhouse just opened on October 26th. So folks are able to actually host tournaments there now. We have a couple special events. There was a YouTube folks influencer event there a couple weekends ago because they had the clubhouse, right? And that's a revenue source for the city, but also a chance to utilize this great facility. Working with the food and beverage operator there will be a small cafe there as well. So that facility is now open, and that's kind of concluding the golf course project and, Top Golf, as well as the new golf course and the clubhouse being operational now. And I believe that concludes item 4. Same thing, if you guys have any questions.
I do want to mention something about the night golf. I was there maybe like a couple months ago, and yeah, there was individuals from other cities coming, because it is nice. And then, the whole environment, because the Top Golf and then the night golf, and it was 2 individuals from I don't remember what city it was, but yeah, they came and they said that they were inviting other people, and they were they were doing social media to invite more people and all that. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Thank you for that comment. I think we're good to move on to item 5 and our last item for the night. Just again to invite the commission out to this annual Winter Wonderland and tree lighting. You'll see on the flyer there, we want to give a big shout out and thank you to Adventist Health White Memorial, which former Beverly Hospital, and Adventist Health is a great community partner with the city and made a good donation for the city to help make this event a little bit better. So you'll see some more snow and some other cool, exciting surprises there as well. So just want to invite members of the community and the commission out on Saturday, December 7th, right here at Montebello City Hall from 3 to 9 p.m. Our tree lighting ceremony, when Santa arrives, will be at 7 o'clock. Preceding that, Santa Claus will be out a little bit earlier before he makes the big entrance. Free pictures with Santa. There's food, crafts, live entertainment, snow slides, tons of snow out there for the community to use and have fun with, as well as, on the last slide here, some great live performances at local schools, La Merced, the Wise Guys Band, and Suave. So free shuttles are available for members of the public from the following locations: Hollyfield Park, Montebello Intermediate School, and Taylor Ranch Park. And again, just want to thank our folks and our friends at Adventist Health White Memorial in Montebello for helping make this event a little bit better this year for the members of the public. So that does include item 5 in all of our announcements today, and gladly take any questions at this time.
No questions? No further questions on that? Thank you. All right, we will move to commission orals. Do any of the commissioners or vice chair, would you like to make any comments? Commissioner Takayama?
I am excited to see more things coming in Chet Holyfield and that location. I feel like it's way past due for it, and I do feel that I'm excited about the Winterfest coming, the Winter Wonderland, and all the events have passed. I mean, we just really enjoyed everything, being part of the parade, being part of the community events. So I really liked it, and I want to wish happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Go ahead. This morning, I attended a meeting for different parks. They're trying to implement inclusive activities in the parks. And I was hearing that every different city talk about what they're doing. So in our end, I feel that we're kind of staying afloat with other cities as far as what we're doing. And I know that program, little by little, it's growing. But the last time there was a lot of people who attended. Unfortunately, there was some people maybe non-disability or anything that still attended, but no matter what, I feel that we're doing a good job because based on what I heard from other cities, they're doing something similar like us or a little bit less than us. So thank you for whatever work you guys do with the air program. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioner Carlin?
Yes, well, I'm glad to be back. I missed a meeting or two. I think one for personal reasons and another because of email exchanges. I'm so happy to hear that we have email and we can communicate that way and have at least that kind of communications. I'm so looking forward to participating with the Winter Wonderland and especially the holiday decorations. Anyone listening, I do encourage you to go all out and have a good time, and those that can participate and look at these homes and just take a look at some of the work that some of our people do in the city. It's amazing. So thank you for that opportunity. And that's about it. I just want to say I'm glad to be back. I missed a little bit. I missed everyone, really. So thanks.
Commissioner Carlin, thank you. We missed you as well. Just for my communication for the evening, I want to echo what all of my colleagues have set up here. Just a great job that we've been doing. I think the last event as well was our Heritage Festival. So everything has been fun and successful. Do want to kind of do a little bit of a shameless plug for all of our Montebello service groups in the city that have a bunch of events going on. You know what they are, Rotary, Sir Optimus, and then of course a little bit of a plug for the Lions Club, who's hosting a pancake breakfast the morning of December 7th of this Winter Wonderland event. I also believe the fire department is as well on the same day, so Montebello is gonna love pancakes that day. So please get out there, donate, share. Even if you can't attend, please share these events because they are so successful. And then in closing, just want to wish everyone a great Thanksgiving. I hope everybody is safe and together with their families and loved ones for the holiday. We'll see you out there. And with that, we can leave it open for adjournment, if anyone could make a motion. Vice Chair, motion? Seconded by Commissioner Takayama. Thank you so much. All those in favor to end our meeting at 5:52?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, we are adjourned. 5:52. Thank you.